In 2015, Rob Cribb received unprecedented access to sit with cybertip.ca staff and see the day-to-day work of Canada's tip line for reporting the online sexual exploitation of children.
6 days a week, a team of 8 analysts at the Canadian Centre for Child Protection reviews tens of thousands of images and videos that would horrify most of us. Child pornography, often featuring explicit sex acts, fondling a child's genitals, bondage, and torture culled from the underground marketplace.
You've been working here for 10 years. Is there a case that sticks with you?
Actually, it was almost the first couple weeks that I arrived here. An individual who was on a internet relay chat room who had been sexually abusing his own 6-year-old daughter and his own stepchild as well. And then trading those images online. He'd been doing this for a long time. The things that stuck out for me about that particular incident was it was the first time where I'd been involved in a report where it had been someone who was the parent or the guardian or someone who knew the child that was involved in the trading of the images.
Just a few months later, Rob was back at it, shining a light on an online community that most people cannot even imagine exists.
I'm a helper at a youth club that meets once per week and is attended by 10 to 14-year-old boys, reads the anonymous online posting on a boy love chat forum where thousands of pedophiles gather to communicate with each other. Afraid of drawing attention to himself and his desires, he asks for advice on how to get the boys alone. Assistance quickly rolls in on screen. Pharmaceuticals are your friend. GHB, ketamine, Rohypnol, says one reply, listing popular club drugs often used to assist in sexual assault. But be quick, the anonymous online advisor concludes. 10 years of age is getting pretty close nowadays to the change. Enjoy.
Last fall, Rob traveled thousands of miles to meet with 3 sisters who were ready to tell the story of their childhood for the first time.
It would often happen late at night. A father, respected as a professional and family man, would awaken his 2 toddler daughters and take them to his back office, away from the bedrooms where their mother and siblings slept. As they grew older, strange men would arrive when their mother was away. Under their father's guidance, the girls would reluctantly agree to do what they were told.
He has written me every year on my birthday, and somehow some family members tried to get me that letter even when I was kids. And it was so unapologetic. He would put, "I'm sorry for my midlife crisis," in quotes. And to me, it just showed, like, God, you can't even admit that you have, like, a problem, you know? And they say that he's doing so well in jail, and I'm just like, well, yeah, he's a sociopath. He's a manipulator. Of course he's going to be so well in jail, you know? It's really hard because all the years of me holding my sisters, like we had a twin bed and we slept together in a twin bed, and me holding them while they're crying, it's really hard to find love for someone like that. You know what I mean? You make up an image of somebody, like you want a dad. And so there were so many times, like, you would just cry because you just want a dad.
Did you love him?
Yeah.
The Star and Global 16x9 released a joint exclusive in January 2016 in which Zachary Miller and his family shared their story publicly for the first time.
Whitewood, Saskatchewan. It's an inconspicuous small town surrounded by miles and miles of open flat lands and farms. It's where Peter Whitmore put into play one of his most horrific crimes.
They were just going to ride their bikes around and stay around the farm. About an hour after they were gone, I got a little concerned, so I took the quad out and I looked around. Didn't see the boys anywhere, so I drove into town.
Pam gives me a call, and her voice is way out of character. And she says, Zach's missing. And I'm kind of like lost. I mean, what do you mean missing? And she says to me, that guy has him.
I was chained to a metal bed frame, and the chain was so tight around my leg that I still have scars from it.
This is incredible. This is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
This is a horror movie.
It's the most realistic horror movie I've ever seen.
How does this affect you personally today? Is this something that you think about on a regular basis?
Yeah, every day. It's there. It's part of me. The feelings that I wasn't able to protect my child. There will always be the guilt that I wasn't able to be there when he needed me.
You feel guilty?
Yes.
You feel this was your fault?
I feel I should have seen or done or felt something that would have protected him. And I wasn't there when he needed me.
Zach is still coming to terms with what happened. Some days are harder than others. Those who really know him know how far he's come. He's changed, there's no denying that. But Zach is determined to not let the attack destroy him. He doesn't want to let Whitmore win.
I've changed a bit from what happened, but I'm still the same kind of a person. You just got to figure out how you're going to survive, how you're going to cope day to day with it. And once you do that, life just gets easier. It'll still come back and haunt you from time to time, but it just gets easier. It'll never go away.
After the abduction of our son, we were faced with dealing with the media and felt our lives were turned upside down and further victimized by their cunning and misleading questioning. I had little trust or respect left for any of them. When my son decided it was time to publicly tell his story, we were unsure who to trust with it. The center had glowing reports of Rob and his sincere journalism and his sensitivity to difficult topics. All I can say is they were right. Rob's honest and genuine style was exactly what we needed to feel at ease and to tell our story the way we needed to tell it. We are so very grateful to Rob for giving us the voice we needed to start making changes in our society. It was a pleasure to work with him and his crew, and will be something that we will always remember fondly.